From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's Voice Briefing. It's Wednesday, May 24th, 2023.
I'm Susan Tompor, and I'm a columnist with the Detroit Free Press. Savers, or children of savers from decades ago, could be shocked to learn that it isn't as easy as it was a few years ago to cash a batch of U.S. savings bonds at the bank. Some banks are actually putting limits on how many bonds they'll cash at once. Chase Bank says it now will cash up to $500 in savings bonds. That's the value of the bond plus interest for its customers. Many banks, including Chase and Huntington Bank, no longer cash bonds for non-customers. One reason? Bankers and credit unions have been seeing an uptick in counterfeit savings bonds and attempts by crooks to redeem those fake bonds to get cash. One scheme actually involved up to $1 million in phony savings bonds. Many banks say you must have an account now open for at least 1 year to even be considered as a customer who can cash U.S. savings bonds.
I'm Clara Hendrickson with the Detroit Free Press. Detroit's 40-year reign as the nation's largest majority Black city may be over. Since 1980, Detroit has been home to a larger population than other mostly Black cities in the U.S. But recent population estimates released by the U.S. Census Bureau for 2022 show that Memphis has a larger population than Detroit. Both cities were majority Black as of 2021, according to the latest census survey data. Experts note that the estimates are just that, estimates, and that it's a small number of people, 680 to be exact, that appears to give Memphis a slight population edge over Detroit. Mayor Mike Duggan's office says it has successfully challenged previous census data, resulting in additions to Detroit's population count, and it has filed a challenge to the latest estimate for the city.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Eric D. Lawrence. The effort to tackle cybersecurity in vehicles is getting a boost at the University of Detroit Mercy, thanks in part to a $1.12 million award from the Defense Department. UDM is the lead entity on the Metro Detroit Regional Vehicle Cybersecurity Institute, which includes community colleges in Macomb, Oakland, and Washtenaw counties, as well as research support from the University of Arizona. The University of Michigan and Henry Ford College are slated to join in the future. Tackling cybersecurity is a tough challenge, made more difficult by a lack of talent to address it. The Institute, along with the vehicle cyber engineering programs that UDM now offers, are an attempt to change that. Cybersecurity is a cat-and-mouse game. As our vehicles become more connected, electric, and eventually possibly autonomous, the opportunities for hackers to cause problems will only increase. Automakers like Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis and their customers are likely to benefit from engineers who can address cybersecurity needs specifically focused on vehicles. The downside of not addressing vehicle cybersecurity has been evident for years, particularly since hackers demonstrated that they could attack and leave a Jeep Cherokee crawling on a highway in the St. Louis area in 2015.
I'm Kirkland Crawford with the Free Press Sports Department. There are no two players, and maybe even just two pitchers, more important to the Tigers' rebuild than Tarik Skubal and Casey Mize, both of which began this season on the injured list. Well, we have some good news and some bad news for the two fireballers. For Skubal, the left-hander finished his 8th bullpen session in his rehab back and could begin some rehab starts in the minor leagues as soon as the beginning of June. As for Mize, who's coming over not just Tommy John surgery, but also a back issue, it's that achy back that's creeped up and had a setback for him in his return back. He's not expected to pitch at all this season, but it'd be nice if he was 100% healthy whenever he did. How the Tigers will fit them both in, not just this season, but in the future, will have a big hand in how good they are from here on out.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press by visiting freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thanks for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.